This is Bobby with bobbystamps.blogspot.com, and I'm participating in my first blog hop that will go live today. And the theme was Easter, and this is the Easter card that I made. And this is the inside of the card. I don't know if you can see, but I used the Winka Stella. I don't know if you're able to pick up the glimmer. I think there it looks really good. But I didn't have a lot of stamps that had, actually I didn't have any stamps that had a cross on it, so I had to get creative on making the cross. I only had the lamb, and then the sentiment on the inside, wishing you all the beautiful blessings of Easter. So I used the hardwood stamp sets to stamp on Whisper White cardstock, and I just laid it down this way and stamped it, and then cut out the cross to the measurements where I thought it resembled a cross, where I liked it. So my cross ended up being about 3/16 wide and 4 1/4 inches long. And then also for the crown, I had to get creative on how I was going to make a crown. So I used the foil paper, and then I also used the framelits, and this is the one I used from that. And this framelit set is the Flower Fair framelits. So that's how I made the cross. I didn't have a circle punch, so I just ended up taking the little mini balloon punch, and I just kind of lined it up in there and popped it out. And then what I did at the end was I just snipped right where the line is, because I wanted it to go behind the cross anyway. So we'll set that aside because we'll use it here in a little bit. And then for the inside of the card, for the flower, I used that leaf for the Crazy About You stamp set. And the sentiment is from the Sweet Sayings stamp set. So now that I've showed you everything, we'll go ahead and get started on assembling the card. So the first thing I did was, we'll put down one of the flowers. Let me find my snail. And I think, oh, I'm doing it backwards. So we'll just line this up. And then we're also going to use the Blackberry Bliss ribbon. And I'll just go ahead and I kind of cheat on this a little bit the way I do it. Get my scissors. And I use tape. And just tape it over the back. Cut it a little bit too long, but that's okay. Cut it over the back. And then I cut another piece. And you can just bring it up through that way. Tie it in a knot, and then snip it. And I like to cut my bows at an angle just to make them look kind of cute. Then I'm just going to lay this aside right now. I really don't want to get it until we get our cross on. So put those back. So the cross, what did I do with my cross? We'll just go ahead and put it there. And I like to use the two-way glue pen. So what I ended up doing was I just kind of eyeballed it in the middle. Kind of eyeballed that in the middle. And then you can kind of lay it where you think it's in the middle. And then I use the fine tip glue pen. And this is going to be the hardest part for me because I had a really hard time from the embellishment, the In Colors In Color embellishment kit. I just picked out 3 of the gold like little rhinestone things. And then I don't want to put one at the top, but I'm going to put one down here at the bottom. And just try to hold it there a little bit until it dries. And then I'm going to put another one right about there. And then a third one. Put it right-handed, so it's hard to do anything with my left hand. Put it right about there, and you can use the little part of the glue. And then this is the tricky part for me, is always trying to, sometimes I get this to go back in there right away really easy. It really isn't as hard as I'm making it look, trust me. I can't really see from, there we go. Okay. That will dry out really easy if you don't do that. Get the lid put back on it right away. So, for my crown, what I wanted to do too is pop it up just a little bit. So I just took my glue dots and cut them down. I used like the pieces along the side. Got to be kind of careful where you're placing them because you don't want them, you don't want to be able to see it. Oh, and that side's sticking to my finger. That one might be just a little bit too small to even maneuver around. I'll take this one. Just cut it in half. Found sometimes it's easier to use the scissors as my fingers. And that should be about enough to go around there. And then I flipped it over just to make sure that you couldn't see, and you can see that one. So you can just actually trim it off. And then trim it off in here. Because you don't want it to show on the other side of the card once you're done. Let me get it again with the scissors. I think I cut it. And then just peel those off. Peel that one off. I think I got them all. And then you can just kind of, I liked it to go kind of behind it like that. And then just lay that on your card about where you think you're going to want it to go. Oops, you know what I forgot? I forgot the glue dots on the cross. That's why it's not going to stick very well. So, oh, I didn't mean to pull that off. But that's okay. It'll stick right back on there. So just kind of put, and then I'm going to cut these a little bit because I don't want them to show either. So cutting these in half will be perfect. So just kind of put one there. Put one there. I think I'm going to do one more. Just cut it in half. And then we'll do one down here. I'm going to go ahead and do one up there. And just peel those off. Not the whole glue dot like I just did. And then tomorrow, if you want to, or I'm actually doing the video tonight, and the blog hop goes live tomorrow. So if you want to visit my blog, I think there's about 15 of us that are participating in the blog hop. So you'll get to see 15 different cards. And it's, my blog is bobbystamps.blogspot.com. And then just kind of place it where you want it to be. And then for the lamb, we're using the Happy Easter, and I'm stamping it in the early espresso. So we'll get that on there. And it looks like I might have got a little bit of the glue on my card, but I got the adhesive remover. So we'll kind of use that, get that off there. And then we're going to stamp the lamb. And get these out of the way. Then we'll use our snail. And I just usually go right over my ribbon when I'm doing that too. Bring our card back in. And just kind of eyeball it, line it up. You want to kind of have the same distance around all the side. Then that's the outside of it we have done. Now we'll go ahead, do the same thing for the inside. We'll put our snail on the back of our card. Line it up on our designer paper. And then on the inside we need to do the sentiments. And I actually forgot to put the ribbon around the inside, but I think I left enough around there that we can fit it. So what we'll do is just pull that up, cut this off. I kind of changed the card at the end and forgot that I needed to do this part. I'm actually just I'm gonna cover that part up so it's not gonna be that big of a deal. So let me grab some more tape. Make sure you're lining it up good. And then I'm going to put some more snail on there since we ripped it up. That's the good thing. You can always go back, and the snail's not permanent, so if you need to remove something or adjust something, you can do it. Okay, so now we have the inside of that done. I think I'm done with my scissors for now. And we need to stamp our sentiment. Close that one because we're done with that. I'm going to make sure you get the ink wherever you want it. Kind of center it and pull up. Then we're going to do the same thing with the leaf. And then I like to do mine kind of like at an angle. And just pull up on that. And that's all the stamping that we're going to do. Now I'm going to let it dry just a little bit. I used the Wink Stella. I'm not going to do that on camera because it does take a little bit of time. but I just went over real lightly. I just went over all the words and the flower. But like I said, I'm not going to do that on camera because it would take too much time. So we can add snail to the back. And there you go. That's how I made my Easter card for the blog hop. Now I also used the embellishments, the jewels, the basic, and I used the smallest ones. And these are kind of tricky for me. But I actually kind of measured mine out. I didn't have these scissors when I did it the other day, and these scissors are the best. But I just kind of eyeballed it. Oops. I think I have glue on my hand from the glue dot. And what I found the other day, if they didn't stick, I just kind of used a glue dot, but these do stick very well. So, I don't know why it's not wanting to stick for me. Probably because I'm trying to videotape. Okay, I got that one on there. And then we'll put that one there. And you can line them up a little bit better. I'm just rushing because I'm doing a video. My hands are sticky is why they're sticking to my hands. I have that glue on my hands. And I'm using my scissors is what I'm using to pick the jewels up with. So that is it. That is how I made my Easter card. Thanks for watching.